It's even more than that. If you look at the census here between 1990 and 2000, Hamtramck grew by 25%. Between 1990 and 2000, that growth was overwhelmingly from Bangladeshis, Bosnians, and Yemenis, okay? This was really before the hipster scene had happened here. Not entirely, but largely. And there was nothing like that happening within the boundaries of the city of Detroit in that period. That was a decade where the city of Detroit lost a couple 100,000 people. Okay, this community grew. If you look at this community between the year 2000 and 2010, and not just, I now refer, there's not just a Hamtramck community now, there's a greater Hamtramck community. All the neighborhoods around Hamtramck are also influenced by these cultural changes. The same is true for Dearborn. There's a Dearborn and there's a greater Dearborn. Greater Dearborn is neighborhoods in southwest Detroit, Warrendale, that Warrendale community, and now moving east into, west into Garden City and Dearborn Heights. Dearborn is exploding, and those communities grew by 15, 20, 25% in the decade between 2000 and 2010, a decade when the population of Detroit continued to decline. Right? And so now we see all the growth happening in Midtown and downtown. There's growth happening in the city of Detroit. Think of the millions and billions of dollars that are being invested in those places where that growth is happening. There's lots of other growth happening here. And in greater Dearborn, the Muslim community is growing. And they're getting almost no structural support. This is a community doing it, the grassroots kind of growth. And I think if we look at the future of the city, these are the communities that have staying power. Look at Dearborn today. You know, when I first came to Dearborn in the 1980s, the Arab community was not 10% of the population of the city. Now they're half the city, and that's a city of 100,000. So it's, you know, and now they've got, the community has just grown and grown. So for me, it's just like a lesson of, let's support this. Let's let it do its own thing and be its own thing.